What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Mania. Today, we're taking on Flying Battery Zone, a zone that I'm very familiar with, and that does seem to be a trend with my childhood stories and these classic Sonic games. Like, little old Matt was never really able to get past Zone 2 of a lot of classic Sonic games, except for maybe Sonic 1, because Marble Hill Zone, pretty easy. Although, now that I think about it, I can remember dying a bunch to the lava pits in Marble Hill, but I know at some point I did make it past that stage as a kid, because I do remember being super excited when I finally saw, like, Spring Yard Zone Act 1 pop up. That was a crowning achievement of my childhood, just so you know. Sonic 2 and 3, though, yeah, those are a little more iffy for me. It's a good thing I'm much older now and also better at games, otherwise we might still be stuck on Chemical Playing. Oh man, that would be embarrassing. I'll admit though, I am try-harding a little bit in this LP if I'm being honest, just because I think Sonic is one of those games where someone's skill level is very apparent if you're watching them. So like, when you see someone getting hit over and over, you can sort of say, alright, they're not doing really great at this game. Anyways, Blue Sphere stage, man, it's been a while since we actually completed one of these, so I'm gonna try and redeem myself and get a golden coin, just because I actually don't remember the last time I successfully did one of these, unless we did do it in the last episode and I'm sort of forgetting that, and I'm really glad that those transformed into rings, because I wasn't actually sure. Actually, yeah, I would have messed that up entirely if that didn't transform into rings. Holy crud, I took a huge risk there. I'm glad that my bet paid off. Alright, this is a very interesting... And oh no, I pressed left too early. I was about to say that is a very interesting layout for a special stage, but looks like we won't get to see the rest of it. But yeah, to go back to what I was saying before, when you see someone getting hit over and over again in this game, you can sort of say to yourself, well, okay, they're not doing the greatest. So, to be real, I'm trying really hard to not do that, and so far I've been succeeding to various different degrees of success, I would say. It's weird, too, because it's something that you don't really notice too much unless you're watching someone else play Sonic, because when you're playing the game yourself, your focus is shifted to a bunch of different things, and when you get hit, your immediate reaction is to try and recollect as many rings as you can. That way, you know, you don't accidentally die to something else in the stage. But when you're watching someone play, you can sort of see those hazards and immediately see what you could have done to avoid them. So it's really weird how your brain sort of focuses on different things in Sonic based on whether you're playing the game or just watching someone else play the game. So you could have this scenario where I think I'm playing very well, but like you guys at home watching could have a list a mile long of things I messed up on or things that you would have done differently. So it's very fascinating and something that I think really only is observed now that we have this technology that allows us to record and upload our game footage or stream games online. And it's really cool because I was actually watching one of my friends play this game the other day on stream, and to say this in the nicest way possible, I actually had to leave the stream a couple of different times because it was very apparent that he wasn't exactly familiar with classic Sonic gameplay, since he was getting hit quite a bit and not really understanding what he should be doing and not doing in terms of like trying to find secrets in the game. So it was a little frustrating for me to watch as a viewer, and I want to make sure I don't do that in this Let's Play, or at least try to minimize that as much as possible. And I like how I'm saying that like as I'm messing up this Blue Sphere stage. Although in my defense, this layout is really strange. I'm not even sure if that's a good thing to do. Come on, man. How was I supposed to know that was gonna throw me directly into a red orb? Like, I mean, maybe spatially if I had paid more attention, I would have realized that I already turned those orbs red, but still, I can't help but feel that was kind of a cheap way to get knocked out of that stage, but whatever, man, I'm not gonna hold it against you, game. Speaking of special stages, though, I have no idea where any of the giant rings are in Act 1 of Flying Battery. I know where 2 of them are in Act 2, so we're gonna have to wait until we attempt to get the next Cast Iron Mold in Act 2. But here's the deal. We're at the point now where the special stages start to get a little bit harder, and I've really only been able to practice this next stage one time, and even then I didn't get the emerald, so I'm not exactly confident in my ability to get this next cast iron with, at least not yet. I'll still try and do it, but it'll be absolutely dumb luck if we get the Chaos Iron Mold. I'll just say that now. If we miss it, not a huge deal, because as I said, there's 12 zones, which is more than enough to get all the Chaos Iron Molds. I just really hope that we can get them sooner rather than later, just because turning into Supersonic, like, whenever we want to would be amazing. Like, I would love to do that. I mean, look, we have 212 rings right now. You only need 50 to turn into Supersonic, and Supersonic does eat up, like, 1 ring a second, so we'd probably be able to go through, like, a majority of this level, if not the entire level, just based on our current ring counter. And I'd like to say I'm pretty good at keeping my rings, although I hesitate saying that, because now that I've said it, if I get hit, I'm gonna look like a bigger moron than I would have originally, so let's try and not do that. And hey, we're already at the boss of Act 1, which is actually a really cool boss. Kind of easy, but still kind of fun as well. So we're in like this trash compactor thing. This weird, I guess, magnetic crane is gonna sort of build enemies together. Since we do have the lightning shield, we get like that double jump, which actually allows us to hit this guy a lot earlier than we could. So yeah, already I guess the boss is over, and yeah, let's bounce up that signpost, baby. Let's pad our score. You know, we actually already have a shield, so I'm not even sure why I'm doing this, so whatever. Let's just end off the first act and make our way into Act 2 and locate some of those special stages. Believe it or not, the first ring is fairly close to the beginning of the stage, so we're going to have our first shot at the Chaos Iron Mold very, very shortly. And thank goodness this weird mechanical spider thing was here, because we would have died otherwise. Unless, of course, our buddy Tails was kind enough to give us a ride. But I don't know about trusting Tails. Like, I've tried flying with him before, and never really worked out that well. So, I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Alright, the first special stage ring is actually down here. So just, like, go down this garbage chute. Eventually, you'll end up outside. So what you want to do is hover on this thing, and then when it goes down, hold the left, and oh, wait. Oh, that stinks, actually. I did not know that. So here's what happened. I actually played this file earlier. I was just, like, running through the levels and trying to practice the special stages. I went into that special stage using that ring and failed it, and then I reset the entire zone. I didn't think it would actually save that. Well, that's really good to know. That really stinks, though, not gonna lie. So, I guess that means I really only have one more shot at this special stage then. I actually have to find the next special stage ring, because here's the thing, I know where 2 of them are, but I'm on a completely different path right now. So I have to figure out how to get back up to where I need to be in order to reach that second ring. And I'm really surprised I lost my shield there. I thought I could go right through there with the electricity shield, but whatever, I guess that is not the case. Let's actually double back here, because yeah, I thought there was something over there, and invincibility. That'll certainly help me navigate this area a lot easier, since these weird, like, electric coil things, they're kind of sketchy, kind of strange. I don't like them, but thankfully the invincibility will keep us safe. I'm really bummed out about that whole special stage thing, man. Like, that really stinks, because honestly, I was sort of planning on having at least 2 chances to try and get the next Chaos Iron Mold. I'm even more worried about not being able to do it now, to be totally honest with you guys. I don't know that I'll be able to successfully complete it on one shot. You know what? Let's just go to the right. Let's stop trying to go up there and oh, come on! Alright, that was pretty silly, guys. Not gonna lie. bounce off the spike that I got hit on, and then, of course, you know, that spiky ball just happened to be coming down at that exact moment. Not a whole lot I could have done there to avoid that death. That stinks. Honestly, that is one of the more annoying things about Sonic games, is that some of the deaths can feel a little unjustified. Getting squished like that, so to speak, is kind of a thing that has plagued classic Sonic since the very early days. Like, every Sonic game has deaths like that, and it's unfortunate too, because at least me personally, I can't really say those deaths are the fault of the player. Like, you could say you were just going way too fast there, you didn't give yourself enough time to react, but it was like, true, but I bounced off of the enemy, and that was the right thing to do, like I reacted to that, but of course it led me into the spikes, then it just happened to fall down on top of me. So, can you really say it was my fault? I don't know, maybe you can, maybe you can't. I guess that's not really for me to decide. Anyways, we're up here now, so I guess that sort of worked out. Hey, oh, you know, you might actually need to be Knuckles to get that, so we'll just leave that for now. As much as I would like to get it, I don't think we can. And, this area does look kind of similar to where I think the special stage might be, so I'm going to keep my eyes peeled, because I think this might be the right area. I actually think I want to go left and try and make my way up a little bit farther, and then I should just, like, run directly into it, I think. So, yeah, here we go. Alright, so just jump off before you go all the way to the top, and then you can reach this special ring. I need to try and redeem myself here, though, because, oh man, I would love to get this Chaos Emerald, and I'm really glad that I got those 10 rings at the start here. Like, the layout of this stage in particular is just really tough, because the pathways that you can run on without losing speed are very, very narrow, and there's a lot of weird sort of angular sections, and that's not good, man. I mean, thank goodness we still have 30 rings, but every ring counts in these special stages, because they don't, like, regen, so you have a limited amount of time, and losing rings to hazards is a quick way to just make it so you don't get that emerald. But sections like this are just really hard, because, you know, you got to avoid all the stage hazards, but also trying not run on the purple areas that make you lose your speed. And oh man, I kind of wanted to grab some rings from that harder to reach, like, spike pit, but oh well. We'll be fine, I think. We're at Mach 3, so now I'm pretty sure we can start catching up to the UFO. But it's just going to be tough, because we're kind of low on rings right now, and any mistake could be very costly to us. So we're going to try, and oh man, no! Oh no, that was so bad. Crud. Alright, there's a couple areas where I can get some rings, except I missed all of those, but there we go. Alright, we got a couple more. We were close to 30. It's not too bad. I might be able to survive for, like, the next lap or two. Thing is, I kind of ate up, like, all my rings early on already, or at least easy to get one, so oh no, that's not good. I think we might be done for. I'm not sure I can make it to, like, the next sections of rings. Oh, there we go. Alright, not too bad. Oh no, I should have stopped to the right and got more rings. That's not good. I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch up to it. Ah, that stinks, dude. I only have 10 rings. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it around to that huge section of rings. Oh, it's going to be really close. We got 6. Can I make it around this corner fast enough? Like, oh, no, I needed those rings. It's over. Yeah, there's no way. I got rings last second, though. It's too bad it doesn't count, but, oh, man. Well, you know what, I can't really beat myself up too much, because I honestly tried as hard as I could there. That was pretty tough. I made one too many mistakes, though, by hitting those traps, so kind of stinks, but really, not a whole lot else I could have done there. Like, it was kind of just those small mistakes that cost me. Oh well. It looks like we're out of chances to get the Chaos Emerald for this stage, unless, of course, I do stumble upon a third ring, which is certainly possible. I just have no idea where it would be, so the likelihood of me finding it randomly are pretty slim. Like, I wouldn't hold your breath over it. And we are pretty close to the end of this stage, so yeah. Unfortunate, yes, but like I said, as long as we don't make a habit out of missing out on Chaos Emeralds, we'll be fine. In fact, what I should do is try to make up for it in the next zone, and just try and look for as many giant special stage rings as I can. That way, maybe if we're lucky, we can get like multiple Chaos Emeralds in one zone. I kind of wish I did do that earlier on in this Let's Play. Like, if I could go back and do it all again, that's what I would have done. Like, I would have gotten multiple Chaos Emeralds in, you know, Green Hill Zone and Chemical Plant, just because the rings are probably much easier to find in those zones than they are in the later zones. So, kind of regret that, but, you know, what are you gonna do, man? You live and you learn. I did sort of start out playing this game blind, by the way, so can't really blame me for not knowing where all the rings were when I first started just playing, since no one did at that point besides, you know, obviously the people who played and play tested the game. Alright, oh yeah, we're actually, oh crud, that was not good. I should not have pressed the other button there. Let's just try and keep the speed going, because I think this will actually take us directly to the end of the stage. Oh, there were boxes down there, man. I saw them at like the last second. I should have just stopped so I could grab them, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Probably nothing that I really need anyways. Speaking of bosses, here we go. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, this boss is interesting. It's like this weird spider creature, and it's actually not that deadly at all, but the way you attack it is sort of strange. So what you want to do is grab onto these things and sort of like, I went through its body? Okay. That's not supposed to happen. Like I was saying though, you're supposed to like ride on top of it and, okay, yeah, you're supposed to hit the giant orb and it knocks itself into the spikes. I don't know why that didn't work 2 times in a row. That was really weird. Hopefully it's not like a glitched out fight. That would kind of stink. I need to get over to the other side and try this again. Hopefully this time we can actually... That one was my fault. I will take full responsibility for that one just because you do need to hit the giant red orb. Otherwise, okay, that was... You know what? Those last 2 ones, those were my fault. I got a little too antsy there. As I was saying, yeah, you do need to hit the 2 red orbs. Otherwise, you will not be able to balance it into the spikes. But I'm standing firm on those first 2 hits. They did not register correctly. I really hope that doesn't happen again, because that was just kind of unfortunate. Alright, let's not... Alright, hang on. Why is he going up so high? Because normally, he's supposed to stay down low. That way, you know, you do have the opportunity to hit him. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. And, yeah, if you're lucky, you can get, like, 2 hits in on him per, attack phase. He doesn't take too many hits to defeat, but, you do want to be careful in this section in particular because there's spikes on both sides, so just don't do anything crazy. And let's knock him once and see if we can get him a second time. There we go. I'm trying to be really cautious now just because I don't really trust myself anymore since, you know, I flung myself into spikes multiple times and I really do not want to do that again. And, oh, yeah, okay, I did it again. Although, I'm not exactly sure why it went through him on that hit, but whatever. Maybe he has sort of invincibility frames or something like that. Could be possible, but that seems kind of strange for a boss. Alright, there we go, and maybe one more hit? Nope, alright, still more. Not that big of a deal. This fight, honestly, not that hard. Like, me running into the spikes is more dangerous than fighting this guy myself, and there we go. Down for the count, baby. Honestly, I probably could have done all of Act 2 a little bit better. Not exactly proud of it, but what are you gonna do? This game auto-saves, so it's not exactly like I could just go back and replay it. We're just gonna have to deal with that. Anyways, now that we're done, looks like we're heading off to Press Garden Zone, but that's also where we're gonna end off this video. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more of my videos, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.